have to pay the 5%, are not the sort of persons that my good friend, Honorable KJ, refers to as professionals. It takes quite some time to develop content. And content creation, even after you have been able to develop, takes time before you get to the next content, and to take away 5% from you, from this hustler, from that person whom we have set digital corners and ICT hubs in Mathare and everywhere, to take away 5% from them. 5% is to impoverish these people and to put them in a situation where during these hard economic times, during these times when the economy is struggling, as we all admit that it is struggling, we ought to have staggered this and put them in a band in which we are able to say that people who are earning below 500,000 on content creation ought to have been exempt. So that we begin by saying, if you're making money on digital content beyond 500,000 to 1 million, you pay X amount. If you're making digital content, like my good friend Jalash, and you're earning 3 million from digital content, then you're able to pay X amount. But to put a blanket figure on that person in my constituency in Mathare, who makes 50,000 on a content, 100,000 on a content, and has to wait for another 3 months to be able to develop content to earn another money, is punitive at a time when the economy is struggling, and this hits at the very core, at the very heart of the hustler nation. And so I'm trying to persuade us that we drop this particular and exempt the people that are affected by this. I move on, Madam Chair.
I now propose the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by Honorable Olwach. I will give a chance to leader of minority, and then I'll come to you, Babu. We have to go to order of seniority. Let your leader go first.
Now, Madam Chair, I just want to support this proposed amendment by Honorable Olwach for the simple reason that we have got no justification whatsoever to punish young, talented Kenyans who are basically making a living out of their own creativity, Madam Chair. I think if we are to be fair to the youth of this country, what this House should do in one accord is to support this amendment by Honorable Olwach. Because otherwise, how will the youth ever get a chance to prosper, Madam Chair? And they are investing. They are investing in content creation, Madam Chair. And yet, we are proposing a tax regime that is going actually to run them out of business, Madam Chair. So I think if we really mean well for the youth of this country, this is such a time that we must stand on our feet. We must stand firm as a House and say yes to Olwach's amendment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Babu Owino.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Suda, let's finish with Babu Owino first.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. On the issue of content creation, Madam Speaker, these are people who are very poor, Madam Speaker. The Kenya Kwanza government campaigned on a platform of bottom up. Did this bottom up meaning stealing money from the bottom and feeding the up? Madam Speaker, the content creators, for them to earn a living, somebody must have viewership of around 3 million for this person to earn 10,000 Kenya shillings. Madam Speaker, is this really fair, Madam Speaker, to punish Kenyans? Because number one, the Kenya Kwanza government promised 1 million jobs within the first year. They never delivered. They're already punishing poor Kenyans. Number two, Madam Speaker, the same content creators who are getting jobs on their own are also being punished for creating jobs for themselves. Madam Speaker, if you must lie to people, then lie like a priest. How did a priest lie? Madam Speaker, a story is told of a priest who was crossing a border, going to another country. When the priest was walking, Madam Speaker, They were supposed to go where they were going to be checked.
Honorable Babu Owino, we are not supposed to be debating. You should be either supporting the amendment. Yes. So let's, please, this is not a debate. Yes. Proceed and wind up. Give him the mic. Can use the next one.
You know, Madam Speaker, what I'm going to say is in line to support the amendment by Honorable Oluoch. That is why I'm bringing it from far. I know some of us here might not understand what I'm trying to say. So if I finish that story, it is an appendage of my conclusion in supporting Honorable Oluoch's amendment, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Bensouda, and then we can move to put the question.
That is very unfair,
Honorable
Madam Speaker. Let me just finish my sub.
Okay.
I thought you had finished, Honorable Babu.
Madam Speaker, it is very unfair because I'm the only member that you are trying to cut short, Madam Speaker. Let me just finish it in support of the amendment. So a story is told, I said, Madam Speaker, if you must lie, you lie like a priest. A story is told of a priest who was going to cross a border to another country. Then this priest was accompanied by another lady. So the lady held something that she needed to declare before crossing the border. Then the lady decided to put this item into the priest's pocket. Reaching where they were supposed to declare, Madam Speaker, the security asked the priest, "What do you have to declare?" Then the priest said, "From my belt upwards, I have nothing to declare." Then the security officer asked the priest, "What about from your belt downwards?" Then the priest said, "From my belt downwards, I have something precious to ladies." So the question is, and he was led to pass.
Thank you, Honorable Babu. You have completed your, because you're debating again instead of talking about the amendments. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Honorable Ben.